All right, everybody. Let's get started here. I'll turn this off. Turn that off. And preview. There we go. Woo, my head's hot. Welcome to our Wednesday live stream. Today's topic is collaborative work management. I hope you all are doing well. Let's see here. How do I want to start this? So I picked this topic because collaborative work management was updated with Yokohama, and I was going through the release notes as I do for ServiceNow store highlights, and noticed there was some document editing features and functionality, and I hadn't been in collaborative work management in a long time. Hey Joe, welcome to the stream. I'll highlight his comment, make sure that's working. Yes. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining. And I hadn't been in here in a while, and so I was like, hey, this would be a great way to get in here and explore this. And my plan was to not look at this at all until the live stream, but I ended up installing it and getting it running and put some demo data in with some installers. And so I didn't want to waste the time to do all that. But however, I am having one issue in here, and I'll show you real quickly. Let me go in as the one of the demo personas, Ryan Lex, who's in program manager. So the idea behind this workspace is to see all your work in one place. So whether that's your stuff that you're assigned through projects or through Agile stories, stuff like that, or tasks that you're managing with the team, so you can have your own kind of team space. So I'm going to open up one of these team spaces. We'll dive deeper into this as we go through this. But what's not working is this little share button, which was a big part of the update with Yokohama, was some enhancements to the sharing functionality, URLs, and stuff that would link to these workspaces. And so what I'm going to do first in this live stream is show you what I do when something's not behaving quite well like it should be. So we're going to go into Application Manager, and that's going to actually help me. I've got an Amber Alert. Let me get rid of that. Don't make any sound. Okay. I'm going to go in here, and that's going to help me actually show you what I saw when I was doing the Yokohama release notes, and we're going to go ahead and repair this application. So let's collaborative. Can I spell? I can't spell. Collaborate. Collaborative. All right. Hey, Phil. How you doing, sir? Let's see if making sure it works. Yes, it works. Awesome. Thanks, Phil, for joining. Good to see you. Hope it's not too late over there where you're at. Okay, I found collaborative work management. Oh, Philip gave us a wave. Oh, look at his title. I just saw pattern enthusiast. I want to know more about pattern. Are those discovery patterns or like patterns in your clothes? But anyways, that's probably an offline conversation. But let's go here and installed and check out collaborative work management. It is up to date because, like I said, I wanted to make sure this was, you're not sitting here waiting for it during the live stream. But here was I'll scroll down past the key features. We might scroll back up to that in a second. But the release notes that caught my attention are right here. Requesting access to a space. Yeah, I'm not sure why it didn't bring your pick, Philip. It brought mine in, and it brought Joe's in, but for some reason, it's not grabbing yours. I can see it on the LinkedIn window right here. Your picture is showing there, but I'm using Social Stream Ninja, and to bring in a comment onto the feed. So I don't know why that didn't grab your picture, but I guess you're special today, maybe. But here's the stuff that caught my attention. Requesting access to a space or board from its URL, requesting an elevate user access role to an editor, managing access in the share permissions modal, managing space permissions, like all of this stuff having to do with sharing. And I wasn't able to do it. So I was like, okay, this is like, I'm not going to be able to meet my purpose. But there also is real-time collaboration in docs, which I thought was interesting. There's some numbering on automation cards, and the automations, that's a whole new thing to me. I hadn't seen it before. Improves the user experience for board views, copying links from boards, redirecting from notification emails, which we have time, I'll show you those, and redirection to specific doc pages from the notification emails. So that's what caught my attention for Yokohama. But let's go ahead and kick off this repair. I won't load demo data, and let that repair itself. It shouldn't take too long. I was hoping I could scroll down and go through those features. So let's do this. Let's go to the store. Ooh, I'm getting lots of comments. Philip says patterns as in design and implementation. Okay, cool. Um, I don't know why my head went to discovery. And let's see. I have someone's name, Christopher Alexander. I don't know what that means. How do you get green boxes is a question for us to take offline. Oh, green boxes. I'm using, I don't mind answering it live. I'm using Presentify. It's a Mac app up here. And let's see if I could show the interface there. Yeah, so I can annotate the screen with different colors and everything. And basically, I'm using a Stream Deck with a hotkey down below, and I can just highlight anything on the screen using different shapes. I've got circles and rectangles and all that stuff. So I better turn the rectangle back on. It'll throw me off. So let's search here for collaborative work management. Collaborative, I can't spell it, work management, while that's running the repair, because I'm hoping it fixes whatever this sharing thing is. Yeah, it's almost done. Let's pull up this one, and I wanted to cover those features really quick. Yeah, key features. So there's this concept of spaces within collaborative work management. So you get your own space, and then you can create spaces and share them with others. Let me take Philip's comment off the screen. That's the only thing about putting the comments on is I get carried away and I forget to take the comments off. So you got spaces, and within the spaces, you can have boards, you can have docs, and you can have folders. It was what I saw earlier. And then there is a special section for My Work, which lets you track different kinds of tasks. And what's supported is collaborative work management tasks, project workspace tasks, demand task, RIDAC, that's risk issues, decisions, actions, and changes, agile stories, and scrum tasks. Notice that incidents and catalog tasks and security tasks and IRM tasks, all that is not supported. And I'm not sure if you can do it or not. I didn't have time to look at that. But there's templates all around this place, this collaborative work management. There's different views you can have with your boards. So there's like a list view, a Gantt chart view, and a Kanban view. And then you can export those, and you can export your documents to PDF. So that's the basic features. I was kind of blown away with how far the product has come along since the last time I touched it. I think I even might have made a short video for one of the major releases for that particular one. So hopefully the sharing part is fixed when this gets done. What is it stuck on? Let's see. You know, it's funny. I'll tell you a quick story while we're waiting on this. Yesterday, I have two different customers I was working with, and I was installing plugins, and I got my wires crossed and went to install the wrong plugin in the wrong instance. And so I had to freak out. I went and found the progress worker, and I killed it as fast as I could because I didn't want to mess up and have this application there. Well, that just created a whole mess of things, and I probably spent a good chunk of time going after execution trackers and execution tracker histories and finding a mutex that was locked for update, and finally was able to like kind of release the instance and let it install something else. So make sure that when you hit that install button that you really want whatever it is, because it can create a mess if you try to undo it. I ended up being okay. I was able to uninstall the application afterwards too because it partially installed. But man, that was talk about sweating bullets. If you're new to ServiceNow, or if you've not had that happen, there's certain things that will just kind of freak you out, but that was one of them for me. So let me go ahead, and I'm going to head to just somewhere innocuous here, a download queue, and I'm going to refresh the entire browser, make sure that I grab any new configurations that might have come with that, and then I'll head over to collaborative work management. Notice this is accessed through a workspace. And in fact, if you don't have access to this, I thought this was interesting. So I impersonated Ivan Wright earlier, and he defaults to maybe SOW or somewhere. But if you try to go to this workspace and you don't have permission, it's an interesting experience. Get rid of Demo Hub there. Let's see, workspace, collaborative work management. It gives this access required. And there was a button here earlier where I requested access, and I don't know where that request went. It's like it's supposed to say go to the admin. It won't let me request again, but I don't know where it went. And so I started poking through some of the documentation and wasn't able to. What are the tables installed? And there is like an access request table, but mine wasn't in there for Ivan, so I don't know what the heck was going on. So okay, back to collaborative work management. I just quickly wanted to see if I can share a workspace. I created this morning, and let's see if the share feature is fixed yet. Yeah, so I don't know if this is a bug or a problem that ServiceNow knows about, but I was disappointed that there was all that documentation on these sharing features, and I can't use any of them. I'm on Yokohama early release candidate 2, and you saw there when we went into the collaborative work management on version 5, I think was up to date. So I don't know. I'm not going to open a ticket for this because it's not, this is a PDI that I use for demos, but I was really hoping to show that, and I can't. So now that I've shown you all the stuff that's not working, let's go in as that demo persona earlier. And I'm going to show you stuff that has some demo data in it. First of all is this landing page. I thought it was pretty cool. There's some little quotes that come up that seem to be randomly generated. I don't know where these are coming from, but they make me smile. And there's something about water can get through rocks because it's persistent or something like that. So I don't know. Found that interesting. But this My Work view seems to be locked down, right? So you can't really, I couldn't find a way to do any personalization or configuration on it. Like, for example, bringing in an incident task or an incident or a catalog task. So there's that piece of it. You'll notice in the rest of this when I show it that I got another comment from Jonah. Let's see. Jonah says, you can create custom columns and have a reference to a task table to link CWM task to any task. Okay, cool. So there is a way. So that's what I was thinking, Jonah, was like, if I could pull my incident and catalog task, then this My Work space would actually be really all my work that I'm responsible for. So there's lots of different task tables, as Jonah mentioned. And so, yeah, maybe if we have time, I can try that and see if we can get that on the screen. So, did I click John again, Jonah? Okay. So, new comments, use cases. Okay, yeah. So the LinkedIn comments stopped coming in. No, they didn't. Here they come. Use case to automate using API flow via change request. Use case to automate using API flow via change request. I don't know what you mean, Philip. You're still pictureless too. I'll leave that here for a second because I'm not quite sure what you mean, but so I was saying this little My Work view, I found it really cool. So this nice central place to get your stuff. And there is the ability to drag and drop to do groupings. So there's a little bit of personalization there. That's how I was able to figure out, okay, what kind of tasks are in there before I went and looked at the documentation. So you'll notice these generic tasks. These look to be something called CWM tasks. In fact, it might have that in the task number, which, why is it so small? Let's get that bigger there. Well, I'll just click on one. Yeah, it opens up this little view, and I still don't see the task number in here. There it is, CWM task. Yes, the task in here is CWM task. Not the, like, if you've seen the PTask or PTask, personal task, on the old VTBs or visual task boards. So yeah. So I've got a view of all my tasks here, project, risks, issues, decisions, actions, changes, stuff like that. And I got an overview too. So usually it defaults to this landing page, this overview, where I can see my overall progress, my open items, overdue items completed. And I've got a couple of graphics there around task by state and task by priority. And these are all interactive, right? So I can click on them. It's going to take me to my tasks, which I thought was pretty cool. It does open up in this little modal here like that for My Work. And yeah, so that's the My Work piece of this that I wanted to make sure I show. Okay, there's another example of the quote changing. Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. Oh my gosh, sounds like a virus or something. But anyways, all right. So the other thing that is special about this workspace are these spaces over here, right? So I've got not Finder. Don't know why that came up. My hotkeys must have done something weird. Just close that there, and we'll close that. Okay. So what I was trying to highlight is over here on the left-hand side, these spaces. So I've got a couple that are pre-built. This admin, no, pre-built one was AI Capability Assessment Program and R&D AI Integration Hub. So I can click on these and it'll take me and show me everything that's in this particular space. Also has the sharing information that's not working for some reason. I don't know what's going on there, but on this space, I can see that I've got a board for Gen AI initiative tasks. I've got a document area and I've got a folder where I can put stuff. I can create more boards, more documents and folders here, and I could share it if that was working, and I can view a help video. If I open up this task board, either by clicking there or clicking here on the left-hand side, it's going to pull up a bunch of tasks that pretend like a team is collaborating on something, right? So I have different task types that I can have in this space. I'll get to that in a second. But let's take a look at what else is going on here. The board has a name. The board has actually a goal connected to it. This one is AI to achieve superior cost control and efficiency. So if you're not familiar in strategic portfolio management, there's an entire goal framework underlying the whole thing that kind of ties things together. So think about projects, demands, ideas. In this case, it's a task board that a team is using, but the team is operating underneath this goal, which if we have time, we'll actually make this render in the roadmap experience in strategic planning workspace. So I've got my different tasks here. We can expand them all and kind of see the nested hierarchy there. I was doing some testing, and I've got different task types, and you can come in and you can add stuff above and below. This is very similar to my heater just came on. Sorry, guys. Turn that off. I do not need the heater today. It is so beautiful outside. It's so nice. I can add child items, so something below this particular task would be a child, or I can add tasks above and below it. This is very similar to the project workspace interface for interacting with this. So we'll go ahead and add a child item, and now you can see I can pick the type of task. I've got milestones, tasks, and meetings. These were pre-built for me when I came in here, and then I was following a narrative where I created a task type of event. And we'll show you how to do that here. But I can get the task a name. Let's actually call this just a task. And we'll do demo, live demo for the description. And I can set an assign to. So let's pick Able Tutor. I always pick him. We can change the state. And let's see, start and end date. And then, yeah, so I'm going to hit enter on that. I found this interesting. So now I've got my task live demo underneath the pilot testing of shortlisted tools. I can create columns on the fly. And this is what I was talking about when I was like, hey, this is really configurable, highly configurable. So I can say, oh, I need an additional field here. I want a URL maybe. And so we'll give the field a name. We'll go to, what do you call this? Website, I guess, website, add column. And I am not an admin. I'm an admin impersonating a non-admin. So I'm not an admin, but I'm able to add fields to a table within this workspace. I thought that was pretty powerful because the old places where we used to collaborate in the legacy UI, like visual task boards, is one example I was a big fan of, still a big fan. You couldn't create your own fields, right? You have to go get the admin to say, hey, I need a field for X, Y, or Z, and the admin would have to do that, and it would be a customization. Here, it's letting me dynamically add whatever I want within this little workspace. So I found that pretty cool. You can control the fields or that show up within this. So if you want to see less or more, you can do that. And of course, you can add columns there. The one I added, was it in a different workspace? I thought I added an event column earlier. Where's my event column? I don't see the event column. Anyways, it was when I created this task. It was one of these tasks I created. Do you see a meeting event? There's an event, program announcement. Let me click on that and see. Event type, open. Or is it launch date? That's what I added. I added a column called launch date. Where is that column? Launch date. There it is. It just wasn't showing. When I was troubleshooting earlier, I was dumping the cache and doing all kinds of things trying to get this to work. But okay, so there's my two custom columns that I was just able to add. And so I don't know if this is quite what Jonah was talking about, but the other thing I can do here is add my own type of tasks. So I have task, milestone, meeting, and event I created before this live stream. So let's manage item types. This will pop up a dialog soon, maybe. This is the fun of doing live demos. You never know how they're going to go. I'll take a minute to take a sip of water. While I'm doing that too, if you guys have questions, you want me to double click on anything, or if you just want to rib me and give me a hard time, drop a note in the comments, YouTube or LinkedIn. That's where we're streaming. Haven't heard back from Philip on his use case. Use case to automate using API flow via change request. Yeah, I still don't understand what that was, and don't seem to be. Let's try this again. Manage item types. Yeah. I've noticed two things in the short time I've been here. One is behavior like this, where it just stops responding. And two, when you load up this task view, it'll just sit there and say loading for like, I'll walk away and come back and it's still loading. So what I've been doing is I've been hitting this refresh, and that seems to like unlock or unstuck or whatever the instance, and then I'm able to see what I need to see. Let's try this again. Manage item types. Yep. All right, now I'm going to do a browser refresh. Now, I'm not criticizing ServiceNow and what's going on. You have to acknowledge I'm on an early access release candidate of Yokohama with this application. So don't make any judgments. It's PDI, so it's not production. So this is in fact, I've been working in some customer sub-production instances, and I'm like, wow, these are so much faster than my PDI. So let's see. Jonah says, I gotta move my head out of the way. I just installed CWM in my PDI, and the share button works on a new workspace. Okay, I could try a new workspace when I'm hung up on something. I don't know what is what's hung up. So I'm gonna do a cancel my transactions here. So they're all canceled. Did you really install it that fast, Jonah? Like while you were watching the live stream? Phil says he's here. Yep, he's still here. Use case was about wrong instance, wrong app. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what my story of this shared of doing the wrong instance, wrong app in the wrong instance. Yeah, I guess I'm not even doing change requests for what I'm working on, so that's interesting. Slash command slash cancel slash command. I don't have the what is it called? SNUtils installed, if that's what you're referencing with the slash command. I used to use SNUtils, Phil, and I forget why. Oh, I know why I stopped doing it. Because I do a lot of videos, as you might know, and I started doing these live streams, and I made a decision like probably over a year ago to not keep using SNUtils because it showed a different experience than what most people are going to see. So like if you had to like a form view, the form looked a little bit different. So I just opted to not use it. But I don't know, maybe I need to revisit that decision. So let's see. Jonah says yes. So that's really cool. Jonah was able to install collaborative work management into PDI in the 22 minutes. I don't even know if it took that long that we were doing that. So he said he was able to do it with a new space. So let's go ahead and hit create. No results found. Interesting. Why can't I create a space? I created this one earlier, admin collaboration. So let me see. So maybe it's me in my instance, Jonah. It's interesting. One of the fun things about ServiceNow that I like is that there's endless possibilities or permutations of configurations. And so Jonah probably has a fresh PDI and installed it. Everything's working great. On this one, I have Demo Hub and a bunch of, for the past live streams, I've been installing different applications as I'm showing them. So who knows what I've conflicted with or changed or anything. So I need to catch up on the comments here. Let's see. Phil confirmed SNUtils. Yeah, so I gave you that explanation. What? How? I don't know what that was in reference to. Sorry, I didn't see it right away. Have you tried dumping your browser temporary data for your dev instance site? I have not, but I can. So let's actually close this. I haven't done that in so long. And I'm also one of those people that doesn't, I think it was empty cache and hard reload, that doesn't update my Chrome browser when I'm prompted to. So it's just saying relaunch to update for like uh, probably 2 weeks, and I haven't updated it. I probably need to. I've noticed when I don't update Chrome, when it wants to get updated, things start getting slow and kind of clunky and quirky. So perhaps that's what it is, Jonah. Maybe this will make it work. What is platform or SN utils anymore? Yeah. So yeah, that was my decision, Phil. This is to say like, hey, I want to keep my visual experience consistent with what people are expecting. So, um, man, this is totally hung up here. I'm gonna do something else too. I'm gonna end my impersonation. I am going to. I know I'm a fresh login, so I need to log in back out. And let's go back to collaborative work management. Now I'm admin as collaborative work management. Here's a space I created earlier. Oh, that's my cache. There's somewhere in settings where you can delete temporary data by site. That I'm not familiar with. I've never done that. So you're talking about like cookies and um, uh, let's see, Chrome delete temporary data for site. Let's see where it is. Oh, AI, you're so helpful. Click the tune icon, 3 sliders. Didn't know that had a name. Select cookies and site data, manage on-device site data. So let's go. Uh, Cookies and site data. Under settings. Click the tune icon. Oh, this icon up here. Okay. Cookies and site data. And manage on-site data. Pops a new window. On-device site data. Previewed often to visit. Data from the site you're visiting. Google. I'm just going to delete everything. How about that? Double click YouTube. Okay, get rid of everything. And then manage site data. I think I've got rid of everything. Okay, thanks, Jonah. I learned something new. And let's go ahead and close that. And then let's give this whole instance a refresh in collaborative work management. Man, getting messages, comments, texts. Let's see. Is Allison out there? Allison sent me a text of me on my live stream instead of leaving a comment. Come on, Allison. Hey, thank you, Phil. Appreciate that. I've been I've been actually applied like past 3 years to MVP, and you might find this funny because I think you're an MVP or you have been. If you are this year too, congrats back at you. There's a if you've ever applied for the MVP, there's a section for content, and you could pick like a podcast, a video, a blog post, and you put a link to it. And I always in the past where I didn't get MVP, I would just add something there. I'd be like, I have way too much content to upload all this to your portal. Because I mean, I publish stuff on YouTube nearly every day, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. I have my blog. I just so much, and I was just like, I don't have time to add all this to the MVP portal. And so last fall, when I was applying again, it was in December. I was like, I'm just going to sit down for an afternoon and upload all my content from the past year, and I did. And I think that made the difference in getting that honorific from ServiceNow. So thanks, Phil, for the congrats. I appreciate that. Man, I've really hosed up my instance. I don't know what's going on. Let's see if we can just move away. Let's go to install queues. He said links to channels. Should have done it. Couldn't believe you wouldn't have it. Yeah, I got declined 2022, 2020, no, 23 and 20, no, 24 is when I applied and got it 25. So 2022 and 2023. Yeah, and I just have links to my channels. That's because there's a lot of content. And so my goal now is to just do it every week and keep it up to date in those not comments, those videos or content. Yeah, we saw some problems last week, Philip, with LinkedIn. Let's see. Let me go back over here. My social stream ninja. Oh yeah, here you go. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Allison did comment over there. Sorry, Allison, I didn't see that. Lots of comments from Phil over there. So they've stopped coming through on my social ninja. let's see if I can just, that's the last one I got from Phil on that one. So I'm going to see if I can restart it. It signed me out. Why did it sign me out? What the heck? Sign in. Ay, ay, ay. Let's get my Bitwarden going over here. LinkedIn. If you don't have a password manager, I've been a big fan of Bitwarden. I moved from LastPass after their data breach, and I've really liked Bitwarden. All right, so let me close this now, and then we'll refresh LinkedIn comments. Okay, all right, I'm back with the comments. Hopefully that fixes itself. But let's go over to the comments here, and on the LinkedIn comments that I missed. Let's see. Are you on YouTube too? Yes, I'm on YouTube too. Allison, tardy to the party. Can you have custom tables not extending from tasks show up on here? I would imagine not. Jonah was saying we can connect other task tables, which I don't know how to do just yet. I might try to poke at that here in a little bit. But what the key thing I think about task table is you've got a start date, end date, a duration, an assigned to, stuff like that. Seems to be pretty consistent. So I'm imagining you probably can't. Um, Jonah says Chrome settings content all. All right, let's try that. Chrome settings content all. Thank you. Ooh, thank you. Wow, look at that. I'm just going to, this is my demo profile in Chrome. So I'm just 1.6 gigabytes of data. Holy mackerel. That's insane. Okay. So let's do that. Let's log out of this instance. And I can't kill Chrome entirely, but I could kill this window. Whoops, sorry guys. You should not have seen that on a live stream. And now I've lost Chrome. Profiles, here we go. Make that bigger, dev. All right, admin, don't look at my password. So Phil says, that's what actually made me laugh. Phil says, why move after the data breach? They're probably safer than before. I don't know, it just felt like you've burned me once, so let me get out of here and find a better alternative is my thinking for reason, or my reasoning for leaving. I also figured that usually after a big data breach like that, good grief, I've got MFA turned on. If you didn't know, with Yokohama, you've got to turn on MFA or use SSO. So 6933888. Do not challenge. Verify. Okay. Let's see if we can get back here to my workspace. Yes. Okay, that really seemed to help. So Jonah for the win on deleting my site data. I might actually make a video about that because that was incredibly, the experience after I did that was incredible. Okay, so let's go into what I was trying to show you. Stuff happens here. Let's hit share the space. Oh, nope, it's not working. Let's go into that demo persona, see if it's the same for him. That's very snappy compared to earlier. We'll create a new space. Nope, he can't create a new space. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. He created this one. Share the space. Can you hear me clicking the mouse? Yeah, still not working for me, man. But it does seem to be a lot faster, so I'll give you that. Let's go back in and see if there's something else I wanted to show you in the task view. Oh, and I was reading comments over here too. Sorry, a little ADD. So Allison was asking about other tasks or other tables. So yeah, I think it has to be a task table, Allison, pretty certain. Philip said, I mentioned use case for controlling app installs on the correct instance. Yep, got that. Private task, P task, or personal private task. Yeah. Are they real fields? I don't know. I was trying to poke in on the back end of collaborative work management. So if you go to the doc site, if you didn't know, collaborative work management sits under strategic portfolio management. Interesting fact, at least with Xanadu, you can get collaborative work management with SPM or you can get it as a standalone offering, so you don't have to have SPM. I would think you'd want SPM because there's a kind of heavy integration between the two. But what I was going through was collaborative work management reference. And in here, Philip, there's a component. And so I started poking around at the different tables. So board user preferences, column choices, some automations, the board. So I was poking around at different, there's a lot of security around this though too. So I know like if I went into look at the space access requests is where I thought I might find the request for Ivan when he went in there. You only see what you're allowed to see, even as admin. I can type that in right. So I don't think he's going to see anything here. He does see two. So he's got the Patricia Wilkins and Able Tutor requesting access. Can he approve this? He can't approve it. All right, so he's not. I don't know how to approve it. Yeah. So I'm going outside, but yeah, there's some interesting table stuff going on, Philip, on the back end. All right, I got comments coming from everywhere. How many people are watching? Let's see. Sys Dictionary would be scared to let loose. Yeah, it would be. Rude. I know. Sorry, Allison. It is the LinkedIn thing. It's still not working again. It's fell behind. Jonah, so weird. I know I'm weird, Jonah. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know why the share button's not working. And it is faster. So thanks, Jonah, for that. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. On the custom columns in reference to task, you can only do that on custom boards, not the My Work view. Okay, that's awesome. Let's go in here to admin collaboration. We'll create a new board, and let's call this Jonah's board. And it's in the admin. Oh, and I said there would be like templates throughout. So there are like pre-built templates you can use. And I noticed this in the document side of things here on the board. So let's just do basic project management template. Less work for us to do. And that'll go ahead and create my board. I'll get rid of this little message. And now I've got a bunch of tasks. And so let's see, manage item types, add new item type. And I can call this, I think I called it earlier event, but let's call it group task. I don't know. And we can change the little logo there. Hit save. Okay, so that's not what you're talking about because I couldn't link that to anything. So I don't know. Let's see what other options here. Apply template, save the template, task, group tasks, manage item types, default item types, custom work types. So I can edit it, but I can't associate it with another table. It looks like at least I don't know where to do it, and I wasn't really. Let's see, is it included if you with SPM? Yes, it is included with SPM. Oh, Philip already or Jonah already answered him. Perfect custom use case. Does it work as a basic front door for any process? I think so. I'm getting like a Trello or Asana vibe from this little app. I know ServiceNow probably doesn't want me to say that, but let's see. Add a column, then a column type. It's a reference. Oh, okay, I can do that. Let's do this. Okay, let's follow what Philip's saying. I mean, not Philip, Jonah's saying. So we'll add. I'll add a group task, and let's just call this test group task. And I'll assign it to. Can I assign it to anybody? No. We'll submit that. Okay, and then I can add a column. Oh, here's what he's talking about, Allison. Reference. I can give it a name. So let's reference something that's not task. Idea? Idea is not a task, right? Well, it might be. What's not a task? I should know this off the top of my head. Notification. Someone started chainsawing like 10 minutes in. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It was driving me crazy. Okay, yeah, so you've got full table access here. So I can reference any table. So let's just grab notification. Actually, you know what? How about, let's do this. A better example, configuration item. Or actually, this will be more relevant. Business application might be relevant to this task. CMDB CI business app. Nope. Business app. There we go. That is pretty cool. So now for my group task, I can go associate value pay business application. Value pay. It does it and then it goes away. That's weird. Edit column, business application. Oh, you can even put conditions on it. That's pretty cool. But it doesn't seem to be sticky. But still pretty cool. Let me catch up on comments here. So we can have a reference to that task. That's what we did. Original task. Yep. Phil said user. CI is a good one. Yeah, that's one I did. CI. Yep. And then am I caught up on LinkedIn? Hey, Justin. Hey, Jerry's here. Jerry, good to see you again. Can you download the app from the store? Yes, it is a store application that you get to through your admin panel, an application manager, and it'll show up as a store application that you can install it. It's available for PDIs, so you don't have to worry about having to have a license for it. So, okay. So we just did a bunch of cool things there. Let's go back to this before I run out of time to show you all the cool stuff. Got another comment? Yes. Yes, says Phil with the high fives. The other cool thing I want to show is there's a Gantt view of these tasks. So just again, like Project Workspace, you have a Gantt view. And usually these are pretty configurable about what you're seeing. And then we also have a Kanban view. So if you're wondering where visual task boards are in the next experience, they're right here. So this is the Kanban view. And it is just like a visual task board in that when you move things between swim lanes or between vertical lanes, it updates the values. So in this case, update the state from pending to work in progress. But I can also change this to be a different vertical lane. So maybe we want the assigned to showing who all is assigned for this team. So I've got unassigned work there on the left and then assigned work there right behind my head. And if I wanted to maybe move this to able, I just drag and drop it. And now if I look at that task, it'll automatically show as assigned to able tutor. So that all functionality kind of carries over from visual task boards. So this is if you've been wanting a visual task board experience in the next experience, maybe it's in collaborative work management. One day I want to try to put this in my my workspace. I just haven't had time to get in there and mess with UI Builder. So there's the 3 different views there. There also is ability. So if I come up here to list view, and maybe I was coming in and I created that column that we did earlier that's gone now. Let's see if I can put it back. Where it went. Oh, it was in a different board. So let's go to the different board. Jonah's board. We should see the stuff I added. Nope, they're gone. I don't know where they went. Let's add. Was it business application? Yeah. So I had business application. Let's just try that one more time and see if I can add value pay, or is it still acting? Yeah, still acting weird. But if it wasn't acting weird, you can actually save this as a new view, and we can call it business application view and make it a shared view so other people can see it. And now I have, again, an ability to alter. Here's the team view. Here's the business application view. Again, not an admin. I'm just a regular CWM user. And they're able to kind of personalize the experience with those views right there. So I thought that was pretty neat. Thanks, Jonah. He has to jump. Thanks for coming on the live stream. Appreciate it. It was good to have that interaction, and you taught me a couple things, and that I will take with me away from this. Okay, so the last thing I want to show on here is this concept of automations. This was new to me too. I hadn't seen this, and I built one just to have one. So let's get rid of the automation that I built. We'll delete it. And so this is what it looks like when you create a new automation. You get 6 options. When field changes to something, then change field to something. When field changes to something, send a notification. When field changes, send something email, et cetera, et cetera. So you can use these, and you can have up to 10 of them. I'm not sure if it's in a workspace or on a board, but it has a if this then that vibe, right? So when start date or something changes to a value, then update this field. I think the one I did was send an email. So let's do when the date arrives. So maybe 2 days before something is due, is there before end date arrives, then send an email to, and then you can pick these predefined things. Everyone in the space, owners, editors, viewers, you can pick from the record itself, the assigned to, the assignment group, the additional assignee list created by approvers, or you could just put someone's freaking name in there. I'm going to do the assigned to. So 2 days before the end of a task, send an email to the assigned to and hit add automation, and you're done. Again, not an admin. I'm able to come in here, add some automations around this particular workspace. So I thought that was super cool and super neat to show. The other thing I can do is I can export this particular board view. So if I, let's do complete board view, hit export, and I'll just click on this Excel document and show you what that looks like. So quick and easy to get the information out into something like Excel. Thought that was pretty neat. And let's see, what else can I do? Let's see here. Apply template, save as a template. So I can save the entire board as a template. So if someone comes in here and creates a new one, they can use that as a start, and I can duplicate it. So that's pretty neat, but I can't share it. All right. Next up, docs in this space. So there's a whole document capability, which I don't remember either. Or if it was there, it was like pretty primitive, but now it seems to be really, really cool. So in this workspace, I can apply a template. So let's say create page from template. Here's my templates I can choose from: brainstorming, project charter, product requirements. Let's do meeting notes. That should be a pretty common use case. It's right behind my head. It says meeting notes. We'll use that template. Comes in with all this stuff defined. Now, if you wanted to make a template, let's just create a blank page. My cool document. And maybe we'll put in a table or something. Yeah, table. And header 1, header 2, header 3. Make all that bold. So just like working in Microsoft Word. And then I can do something cool where I can be like / command, and I get mention a record or mention a user. So if I want to mention a record, I can do a CWM task, and then I can pick the CWM task to mention. So we'll just do that. Now I have a link to that record in here. I can also mention a person, mention a user. So let's do able tutor again. And then I can make some notes. Here are some notes. All right. It didn't save my title. Cool document. All right. Maybe I didn't enter last time. Now I can save this as a template. So cool template. Cool template. Private to me or public to everyone. We'll do public because I like to share. And now I've got it saved. So let's go ahead and get rid of it, delete, and then we'll create a new page from a template. And there's my meeting notes. I called it cool template. Never mind. There it is. Cool template. And there it is. So template functionality is pretty cool. I thought that was neat. The ability to mention or reference different records, I thought that was pretty neat. And then you can get an idea of kind of how this could be used as a good way to work together and manage your tasks and stuff like that. The demo kind of narrative I had was, I think it was here, meeting notes, Gen AI tool evaluation, and at the very bottom there was an action items. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. AI tool selection kickoff. There it is. So this was like an action items for after a meeting, had all the action item, who the owner was using that mention, and then linking them to the board tasks. If you click on that, it'll take, oh, that's ugly. It jumped out of the workspace. So that's not nice. I expected that to bring us within the workspace, but yeah, that wasn't cool. Okay. So there's the document management. Now, if you remember, at the very beginning of the stream, I was showing the release notes. Let's see. I got some questions over here on LinkedIn. Let's see. Jerry, smiley face. I want to have a play with this as I'm used to using Trello. Yeah, I think it's very similar. This is nice, and there's a roadmap feature. There is a roadmap feature. So if I go look at this task board for Gen AI Initiative Task Board, notice that it has a kind of life cycle or lifeline timeline to it. So if we go to the Gantt view, you can see like there's a progression, and as you complete these tasks, you'd be % complete. So one of the narratives for demoing this, if we were to demo this for a customer or a potential customer, is we would go over to strategic planning workspace. And in strategic planning workspace, there is the roadmap features. We have this AI transformation journey at Electri. If I open this, in the planning view, there should be a roadmap and then I can see my task board that we were just on as part of this roadmap, and I don't see it. Where did it go? There it is. Gen AI Initiative Task Board. So my task board coming from collaborative work management is actually showing up in the roadmap for AI transformation journey at Electrade because of, I'm assuming, the goal association. So if I move my head out of the way here, we should see that um, this space CWM board has a primary goal, AI to achieve superior cost control and efficiencies. So this would be the road mapping feature, Jerry, that is there. Do you need specific license? Yes, you need a SPM license or a standalone license, as of Xanadu, for collaborative work management. Looks like Loop / OneNote. Wow, this is amazing. Yes, I think it's amazing too. Let's head back over to that collaborative work management. So we were in the docs side of things. I made a template, all that stuff. There was one more thing with these folders, which new space, new board, new doc. Yeah, I can't add anything. I can't add another folder to that one. Let's see if I can add one there. Nope. Let's try this one. Create. Yeah, I don't know where this folder thing came from, but ooh, I can do new folder there. Let's try that. New folder. Enter folder name. Folder for Jerry. And we'll hit create. Okay, so I've got Jonah's board folder for Jerry. I still don't know what to do with the folders yet, because they don't do anything for me. They probably work for Jonah, but not for me. We can rename, we can move. I can move in between workspaces, it looks like. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I didn't see this, explore templates. So I've got, these are welcome template center. These are the, okay, so these are board templates up top. There's a document template there, and there's more document templates down below. Yeah, so lots of cool stuff in there. Okay. So I showed the docs, showed the roadmap and everything. So let's do, I've actually created a space in front of you, so you guys have seen all that. So I think I've covered most of what I wanted to cover in here. The thing that I didn't figure, oh, I did one other thing I wanted to show you was the actual email notifications that come out of this app. So I was in your PDIs, emails don't work, so I had to go to the logs to see some of these messages that were going through, and I was actually pretty impressed. They're nicely formatted. They look good. So you have been mentioned in document repository. So let's see what that notification looks like to Able Tutor. We'll just preview what that email was. So, hi Able, let's collaborate. You've been mentioned in document repository, and it gives a link to the space and collaborative work management, and then a link to view the doc. And then if I click the link, it takes me straight to the workspace, and we'll see if it takes me to the document. I think that was the cool document template that I made. I don't know why sometimes it loads and sometimes it doesn't. It's driving me crazy. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm impersonating or whatever. But anyways, I wanted you to see the email was the point. It's supposed to take you directly to the workspace. So that was that email. There was a couple of others. I think one of them was an access request. I wanted to show you that one. New task. New task live demo was assigned to you on CWM. It's interesting they're putting little emojis in the email notifications. I've been doing that personally on some of my posts and stuff, but here we go. Hi, Abel, let's collaborate. New task assigned. Ryan Lex has assigned you the following task in collaborative work management. Let's see if we can view the task. There's my chainsaw again. Yeah, this is annoying. I don't know if I could use this if this is the experience, because when I am in my PDI, I do a lot in my PDI. I'm always admin. And the only thing I haven't done, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go somewhere else. And then let's go to this _user.list. I didn't explicitly give admin the role for collaborative work management. So let's do that. If you're not familiar with ServiceNow, we manage access to, ooh, there's me. We manage access to application through the use of roles and groups. Typically, we'd create a group and then for collaborative work management. In fact, let me do it the right way. Let's create a group, collaborative work management users, and we'll set system administrator as the manager. Hit save, and then I'll associate the role with that group, and I think it's SN underscore CWM. What was that other one? Yeah, CWM user is the role. Save that, and now system administrator should have that associated with him. So let's go check system administrator, roles, search, SN underscore CWM, and it is there. Oh, it was already there. Okay, so maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Let's when you do role stuff, I just go ahead and log out, log back in, and should have Bitwarden ready. Shouldn't prompt me for my MFA again. Perfect. And let's try that email notification one more time. It was new task. There we go. Preview. So a nice pretty email notification, view task, workspace loading. It's doing the same thing. I've never had a demo fail this bad. And I was able to do it as the other user, Ryan Lex. Yeah, it goes straight to the workspace, no problem. So I don't know what's going on there. Okay, one thing I didn't cover, and we got 5 minutes. Before you leave, if you're still there, is that you do get a my default MySpace. Now, this isn't MySpace like, us from the 90s, remember. It is just your personal space, your private space of your stuff. And they do a nice job of kind of getting you started. So there's a board already made for you, and it's got some tasks for you to do. Some fun stuff like going and creating a document or using a template. Let's check out what those are. Review the document that I'm about to show you. Come on. There we go. Review the welcome document, add a new column to your list view, explore list, Gantt, and Kanban views, which we did, learn about spaces, create a new board, review intro to docs, create a doc, create a shared space, invite your team to collaborate. Time to have a pizza party and celebrate, yes, and then tell us how you are using CWM. So let's go ahead and look at that review doc, a welcome to CWM. And so they give you a kind of brief overview of spaces, boards, and documents. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then intro to docs would be how you can create unlimited pages and organize them in folders. Oh, maybe that's why it wasn't working on this this folder. So let's go back here to docs, and let's move meeting template to a folder. How do I do that? Do I drag and drop it? Nope. Is it over here? Export, hide live presence. Oh, I didn't get to test that. I wanted to log in a different instance and show live presence. So that is another feature with Yokohama is 2 people can be in the document. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and I might run over, but that's okay. 196034, because I would love to see the live presence. So I'm on another screen. I'll pull it over so you can see. I'm logging in to another profile, another Chrome profile. And let's see, there's my password, paste, security, do not challenge. You can see it, doesn't matter if I say it out loud. All right, and then we'll impersonate, I think Teresa Modern has access to the same stuff that, it's not Teresa, is it? Eileen? Yeah, Eileen Modern. Let's impersonate her. If this works, I can do something with Chrome here, and we'll just tile this right, and then we will tile this one left. Okay, so left-hand side, I'm Ryan. Right-hand side, I'm Eileen, or Aileen. Workspaces, collaborative work management. She has, okay, they both have R&D integration hub, so let's open that up for both of them. And there is a document, so let's go ahead and open this integration document for both of them. Why does it look different? R&D, is it just me, or the document is completely different? R&D AI integration hub, it's the same place. I don't know what's going on. Create a new space. Aileen and Ryan. Okay, can she share the space? The sharing still isn't working. So I thought this was the same document. Oh, there's different pages in the document. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. So this document has different pages, and Ryan was on the first page, and she's on the second or the fourth page. Okay, cool. Here's the presents. Oh, this is so awesome. I'm excited. Let's collapse everything. Let's collapse everything here. And now we have left-hand side is Ryan, right-hand side is Aileen. So let's go down here as Aileen to features, and now you can see the presence kind of showing up right there. Okay, that's a win for ServiceNow in my book. It's just like working in a Word document or in Google Docs where you can see everything. So, oh, I'm glad I got to do that. That was fun. And we have 1 minute to spare. So, anything else you guys want me to click on in the few minutes we have left? While I'm waiting for comments on both places, I'm like looking everywhere. I'm here every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 1800 UTC. I try to pick a topic, the week before. If you are connected with me or you want to leave a comment on this presentation about future topics, I might actually come back into collaborative work management when the sharing stuff is working, because I felt like that would have been nice to show. I'm on all the socials, so LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. When this live stream concludes, there'll be a little QR code in the upper left-hand corner. You can scan the QR code. It'll take you to all my socials. I recently said I wasn't going to post this the vertical format anymore, and then I started doing it again last week and this week. So I don't know. I haven't made up my mind. But today you saw collaborative work management. You saw it not work great. That's because I'm in a PDI, and that's because it's an early release candidate, and it's not officially released yet. So hopefully those bugs will get ironed out. Usually there's a bunch of fixes that come through right as the general availability happens. So stay tuned for that. And it was fun being with you guys. Thank you. And hope you have a great rest of your week. And I will kick off the video. Thanks, everybody.